I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you a thinking question on sinusoidal functions. Now, this is a very important test problem. I'd like you to carefully read the question, solve, and then look into my suggestions. The question is, the graph of the function y equals to sin x has been transformed to create a new graph. The range of this new graph is -3 to 3, and the zeros are at x equals to k times pi by 2, where k is an integer. Write the equation that corresponds to this new graph. So you can actually pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now, to answer such a question, it's a good idea to sketch and then think about the equation. So let me sketch sine function first, right? So I just wave, this is my sine wave, right? So just sketch a sine wave. And then we know that range is from -3 to +3. That means axis is right through the center. So we could actually draw the axis kind of like this. So that becomes the axis. Maximum is 3, minimum is -3, and sine wave starts with 0, right? So we'll draw y-axis along this 0. So that way we get a function. Now here what we are given is that the maximum is 3, and the minimum is -3. So that becomes the range, and zeros are given to us at, so that is the normal graph, correct? But in this case, zeros are at k pi by 2. K could be integers. Now, what does that k integers means? So that means integers means k could have values like 0, 1, 2, and also like -1, -2. Do you see that? So if I substitute 0, I do get a 0, right? So there is a 0 at 0. The next 0 will be at k equals to 1, which will be at pi by 2. And then the 0 will be at k equals to 2. So if I write 2 here, I'll get at pi, correct? And the third will be at, if I write 3, it will be at 3 pi by 2, and so on, right? So next, this 0 is at minus pi by 2. You get the idea. So that is how your graph is. Once you have the graph, then it becomes easier to find the equation. Otherwise, you might make a mistake. And a common mistake which I have seen is that about the time period. Now the time period here is pi, not 2 pi, right? So we can say time period is pi. That means the value of k should be 2 pi by t. So that is equals to 2 pi by pi, right? So the time period here is pi, and the value of k is 2. Do you understand? So that is the value of k. That is one parameter which helps you. And you know the phase shift is not there since sine starts from here, so we have no phase shift. So it's important to note that axis is also, so axis is y equals to 0, but the amplitude is 3, right? So that gives us the equation. So combining all these terms, we can write down now the equation as y equals to what? So y equals to, the time period has changed, and therefore y will be equals to, amplitude has changed, so 3 for amplitude sine, and 2 times this parameter is x for us, right? So it is 2 times x, since the k value is 2. So y equals to 3 sine 2x is the right solution for this particular question, right? So I'd like you to go through this, try to understand how we got this solution. I hope this sketch clearly indicates how we could get our answer, right? Thank you and all the best. I'm Anil Kumar. You can subscribe and learn a lot. Thank you.